This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now, where we bring you the 3 E's: educate, empower, and engage. I'm your host, Harvey Blankfeld, and we've been selling homes here in Southern Nevada since 1988. And then we also have John Ingram from Cross Country Mortgage. I wanted to talk to you today, John, about buying new homes.
Yes.
And because there's lots of people out there buying new right now. Some of them are using a realtor. The smart ones are.
Sure.
Some of them aren't.
Yep.
Some of them are just going in there and doing stuff. But when it comes to financing, it's a lot different on a new home.
You know, first of all, for me, some of the big differences are when you go to buy a new construction house, that contract that you're signing, designed by the builder.
Yeah.
Everything in their favor.
Right. Much more seller positive.
Much more seller positive.
Yes.
And it's not the first thing that comes to mind. And inside that contract, they build in, very typically, there are going to be incentives they might offer related to the specific lender you choose, i.e. their in-house lender or their preferred lender,
right.
This sort of thing. They'll tie things together so that they're using people in this transaction to pull it off, to get it done for you, that they have the most influence over.
That buyer is doing one loan.
One transaction.
With that lender.
Right.
Where that builder is sending that lender
hundreds, potentially.
Dozens or hundreds of loans. So the lender feels much more responsible to the builder than they do.
So the buyer has the right to choose their lender, correct?
They do.
Yes.
They can't be forced, but what they'll do commonly is they will provide incentives that make it so unattractive for you not to use their lender.
Right.
That is the only best choice you can make. Just you want to be aware of it so you can have the right sort of skeptical eye. Beyond that, I'm also interested in letting people know that customarily there are contractual cost differences in buying new construction versus resale. There are certain expenses that the builder passes on to you as a buyer that in a resale would be the seller's obligation.
Transfer taxes comes to
Transfer
mind.
tax is the big option.
Yeah.
You know, roughly 0.5% of whatever you're paying for the house.
Right.
Escrow fees typically get pushed over to the buyer in a much larger percentage than what is traditional in a resale. So
right, because that builder also has a relationship with an escrow company.
Yes, that's another.
Let's not forget that. You absolutely have to consider the quote-unquote preferred lender.
You do.
Want to consider them.
You do.
You don't want to say, oh, I don't want to use your lender because that's your lender. No, you got to consider it. And really what you got to do is put pencil to paper. You got to do it.
That's most customarily a true answer, because you need to run the numbers and see, is it truly a better deal?
Right.
Or is it not? Because it's not automatically cheaper to go with the builder's lender.
If you have a realtor you're working with, make sure that they're involved with the transaction from the very outset. And then here's the advantage of having a realtor. One of the things is that a realtor brings a level of expertise in negotiating. A realtor brings a level of expertise in having done new home sales before. And so we're not amateurs in this, and we've done it before.
Yeah, and that goes exactly to where my greatest level of concern is you're going in and you're signing in a builder contract 100 pages.
Yeah.
Right? Where you're signing, and you are going in as a person who might have done this once in the last 20 years or never before, potentially.
Right.
Having that expert advice, having that second set of eyes is only to your benefit and adds no cost to you. You don't get the house cheaper if you do it.
No.
You don't pay more if you bring a realtor.
That's right.
It's exactly the same to you.
Yep.
So why would you not want a second set of eyes?
You've been listening to Las Vegas Real Estate Now with host Harvey Blankfeld. Please tune in every Saturday at 11 a.m. right here on News Talk 720 KDWN.